Hi Facebook, happy Friday. I hope it's as beautiful where you are as it is where I am, which is in Pennsylvania. It's been an absolutely amazing day. Wanted to do a quick video on what diet to choose or what should I eat. So I hear this all the time and I've had a lot of nutrition appointments the past couple weeks, so I thought this was a good topic and very relevant to most people. So the first thing is that, you know, we hear of all of these diets. So there's ketogenic and there's paleo and there's intermittent fasting and there's lots and lots of different strategies and diets. And I always like to think of a diet, when you call it that, you either go on a diet or you go off a diet. So it's meant to be short term. When we think of it from a lifestyle perspective, we want to think about nutrition, we want to think about nutrient-dense foods, we want to think about lifestyle, just different terminology, different words that we would use, and not so much just a black and white, we're either on or off. And if any of you have been on a diet before, you know exactly what I mean, that it worked when you did it, but then you were off of it and now it doesn't work. So I think the first step is recognizing that there is no one size fits all. That some people may do wonderfully on a ketogenic diet and some people might do wonderfully on intermittent fasting. There's lots of research, but other people it's not appropriate for. And a lot of us have had, could have had disordered eating or eating disorder, or other type of autoimmune things that might make them not a candidate for those specific diets. So it's important to think about what your genetic predisposition is. That's one factor that we look at. It's also important to look at your overall lifestyle, your gender, your activity, and really try to factor in your likes and your dislikes of just, do you like certain foods or do you not? It's important to factor all of this in to find the right nutrition plan for you, which is specifically for you. And a good starting point is to just start to journal and write down exactly what you're eating and also exactly how you're feeling. So I always like to have have them do a checklist, which is just a kind of, we call it a symptom checklist. So just to kind of give you some ideas. Do you have bloating? Do you have bloating after you eat? Do you have abdominal pain? Do you have any skin issues? So eczema, psoriasis, acne, dry flaky skin? Do you have dark circles under your eyes, which can be indicative of inflammation? Do you have anxiety? Do you have depression? There's lots and lots of different symptoms that you could be experiencing. And a lot of times you don't know what you're feeling until you actually take one of those foods that could be contributing to it, that could be a trigger, an inflammatory trigger, away. And that's why starting with a food journal is a really important tool to just learn what you're feeling and what you're actually eating. And your body will give you information. Most of the time we just block it out, we don't listen, and it's giving us all this information. Do we feel tired? Do we feel just lethargic during the day? Do we have these kind of peaks and valleys where we have a great energy boost, but then all of a sudden we feel really exhausted? So if we just kind of tune into that, and again, document it. If you're writing it down, it's super helpful to really get a picture. So I like to have people do a food journal for really a month, I think is a good time. If you're ready to kind of make some serious changes and really commit to your health, commit to improving your nutrition over the long haul, not the short term, then doing some food journaling I think is very, very powerful. The other thing is just having a healthier relationship with food. So I think that's one of the things that unfortunately so many of us really struggle with, and that could be for various reasons. But unfortunately, sorry, one second. So, whether you've been on a diet before and then you've gained weight afterwards, that could be, one reason why you might have an unhealthy relationship with food. You might have binge eating where you've had too many cookies, too many crackers, too many pretzels, whatever it might be, and you feel okay when you're doing it, but then afterwards you feel really guilty and you're so upset with yourself that you've done that. And food is supposed to be a positive thing. It's supposed to nourish and heal us and fuel us to do the things that we love. So starting to just change the language that you speak with what you're doing in terms of eating really is so powerful, and it also helps you to choose things that make you feel better. If you have, let's say, I don't know, bacon, egg, and cheese on a bagel, and then you have oatmeal and fruit and eggs, which one do you think you'd feel better with mentally or emotionally? And you can kind of think about that as, okay, well, let me just try to make a better choice so that I don't have to feel these negative emotions towards food all the time. And I can really start to just have a better relationship. Really taking the time to be present when you're eating. So when you sit down to have something, you don't want to be using your phone and watching TV and listening to the radio or maybe reading a magazine. You want to just sit and focus on your food. What does it smell like? What does it taste like? Are you chewing your food, or are you just inhaling it? I've been guilty of inhaling. My husband will tell you that. Sometimes I just get so hungry. So, it's just important to just really be present and connected to the food. So you're not thinking about all of these other distractions in your life. You're just thinking about the food. And that will change. I can guarantee you that will change how much you eat. You're not going to eat 3 portions of it when you're actually being mindful and connected in that moment. So just in summary, just a few little things about, what should I eat? So the first thing is there is no one perfect plan for everyone. It's finding the right path for you. It's finding the right nutrition path for you. And to do that takes some experimentation. And you can absolutely work with a professional and seek out a registered dietitian. This is Registered Dietitians Month, which is why I'm doing this video. So you can seek out one of us. You can seek out a functional medicine doctor, depending on what's going on with you. But you can absolutely get professional help and figure out that path. Have someone help you on your journey, which I would definitely recommend. But take the time to journal and to figure out what exactly is happening. What are you eating? What's making you feel great? What's making you feel like crap? And then start with really improving your relationship with food. So you can do that through mindful eating. You can also do that through choosing healthier foods and things that make you feel good. Seems really simple, but it's really powerful. And not things that are going to make you feel good for the moment, but really crappy afterwards. And lastly is like I said, food is really such a gift, and a lot of people cannot even afford to eat healthy and to choose and to eat at all. And so many of us have the ability to choose healthy foods, and we just have decisions to make. So we have to say, okay, do I choose this or do I choose that? And at the end of the day, it's not going to be that much different in cost. It's just a lot different in terms of what it does to our body and also how it makes us feel. And I think that that's where, if we change our perspective on it and we think of it as, wow, this is really fuel for our bodies to do what we want to do in life, to live the life that we want to live, to feel our best, then I think it might help you to make, again, some better decisions as it relates to it. Do you have that second glass of wine, or do you have dessert, or do you just say, you know what, I think I'm good. I feel satisfied. I think I feel good about my decisions. I feel good about how I feel in my body, and I'm gonna say no. And sometimes we just need to have some discipline, and I wish I could say it was a little bit simpler than that, but some of us might have too much discipline, but a lot of us don't have enough discipline, and it's just finding that balance. But I think that knowing the power of food is just so powerful, and again, kind of coming at it from a different perspective, I think is really important to helping you fuel, no pun intended, your decisions. So I hope this helps. I'm more than happy to answer any questions or comments. You can message me or whatever you'd like to do, but I hope everybody has a great weekend, and thank you so much. Happy Friday.